Hi lovely viewers, it's me again, your one and only Mutati Mpundu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my channel, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel by hitting the red subscribe button down below and turn the bell icon to join the notification squad. Don't forget to like, share and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you lovely viewers.
Well, that 7-day ultimatum has gotten a new twist now with the news we've received of him being found in Zimbabwe, something we'll be getting more information on from the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. He'll be giving us an update soon. But what a year it has been for the Petoke Central MP. In fact, what a couple of years it has been since his election in 2021, isn't it?
What also a couple? If you look at that aspect, also you're looking at the people in this constituency, that is as well. What a year it has been for them as well, being deprived of the development necessary by a fugitive MP.
Yes, 2021 he was elected as a Petoke Central Member of Parliament, one that he got after contesting alongside the former now Indora Silia, who had been there for quite some time. And in May 2024 we did hear of Emmanuel Banda reportedly missing and later reported as abducted. His vehicle was found with a crack on it on the screen, and so much speculation came from that, and government had to come in as well. After being allegedly abducted in June 2024, it was found that he was found in curfew and later arrested for a crime he committed in 2016. And let's also remember that the Republican president also made a comment around Mr. Banda around that time. But in August 2024, we did hear now just what we're talking about, him escaping from lawful custody while in hospital. And as of yesterday, the speaker giving Mr. Banda an ultimatum to appear in Parliament or have his seat become vacant. But speaking of Parliament, we're now joined by a parliamentarian, the Nkana Member of Parliament, Mr. Binwell Mpundu, who's joining us on the line. Mr. Mpundu, good afternoon to you. Quite the interesting developments that have reached our desk here so far of Mr. Emmanuel Banda being found in Zimbabwe. We'd like to quickly get your reaction to this news. What are your thoughts on this so far?
Well, like you, I've just been seeing a number of those social media postings to the effect that the police have discovered. I think what we haven't yet seen is an official statement from the police. And for me, I'm anxious to basically see the police making that statement with facts that they've actually gotten ready. If they have, then I think it brings to the question whether he is alive or dead. I think it answers one of the most pressing questions that people have had, whether he is okay or he's not okay. So I think this time for me, the only thing we can do is that we wait for the police to do an official statement.
Now, Honorable Binwell Mpundu, I would like to ask you this question on a friendly basis, because you and Honorable, it could be, being that you were that close with the Honorable Member of Parliament for Petoke.
Quite frankly, I have not been aware of the whereabouts of Honorable J.J. Banda, and I've always insisted that the police have always known where J.J. Banda is, or the state has always known, because trust me, like I've said before, there's no way that a person would elude 5, state officers in a report in the manner the issue was reported, because this is a gentleman who was unwell and was being guarded by 5 officers. So I've always held the view that the police have always known where Jay has been.
All right, Mr. Mpundu, thank you so much for giving us this comment. Of course, we'll get back to him shortly to get his thoughts on what's happening. But the whereabouts of the Petoke Central Member of Parliament, Emmanuel Banda, who has been found in Zimbabwe. And from what we've gotten there, he was renting a flat. And from what the minister was saying, he had his wives go to visit him as well while he was in Zimbabwe. But after working closely with the authorities there, they've managed to have him arrested.
Quite a mouthful information being laid out by Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, Jack Mwimbu there. But obviously what is confusing is that this individual was sick. And when he escaped, he was not well. And we're believing that now he was not in Zimbabwe at a hospital, but he was renting an apartment, which is quite shocking. But also one of the things that is quite paramount here is a collaborative that has been put in place by the Zambian police as well as the Zimbabwean police in terms of making sure that the lawbreaker is brought to book. But a lot is just going through my mind right now, picturing him, where he is, if he's in good health. Of course, he has mentioned that he was not found in a hospital, meaning that his condition is well. He clarified that. But also he has mentioned one thing that many people might miss out, which is the Patriotic Front. I think they have been posting posts about him, which he has accused them of knowing where he was prior to his escape from the hospital, which we are hearing from the minister himself making mention of that aspect.
Indeed, quite a lot that we've gotten that we'll continue breaking down this afternoon on the Real-Time Newsroom. But we're joined once again by the Nkana Member of Parliament, Binwell Mpundu. Mr. Mpundu, good afternoon once again. We'll just pick up from where we left off. You were saying that you just had to await an official statement from the authorities. The Minister of Home Affairs has just confirmed now that they have found Mr. Banda in Zimbabwe. And what's coming up from this is that he was renting a flat. He was even getting visited by his wives here in Zambia, especially on this visitation that involves the wife here. Was this any information that you are in any way, aware of?
No, up until now, I've not been aware of the whereabouts of Jay, which is why I think that the last. In my last part of speaking to you, I did intimate the fact that for me, I've always held the position that the police or the state have always known where JJ was, because like I did mention, for me, I'm one of those who don't believe that JJ could have escaped from lawful custody. 5 officers who were guarding him, and at the point when he was very unwell, and only today to be told by the police that they've found him here. I think that for me it puts the dots together regarding our earlier predictions or insinuations that the police knew exactly what was happening. That is, Chumweka, if they've indeed arrested him. Because you see, it's very difficult to believe Avena Jack Mwimbu because, they are not they're very insincere. So until we see him being brought here, for me, I have a lot of doubts around this, story.
Now, Honorable, just an insight on this one. Following his escape to go to Zimbabwe, I understand that most of his accounts were not functional then. I believe that the concern is that he should have been receiving some helping hand. And according to the minister, he has elaborated the fact that PF could have been helping JJ Banda while he's in Zimbabwe. Would you say this could be the case, or it's somehow a myth at this particular moment?
Your line is a little bit faint. I heard you were trying to make mention that the police are insinuating that he was receiving help.
Yes. Go ahead. Yes, that's exactly what I'm asking you, Honorable.
Okay. Well, again, as somebody who has not been fully aware as to what happened and where he's been, it is very difficult again to confirm that he's been receiving help. Remember that what the police could have done in the scenario of him being escaping is that they could have obviously put surveillance on anyone that could be connected to him. And so it's highly unlikely that he could be receiving support, particularly from people that could be connected to him. You can imagine myself. Every one of you have been thinking, I should know where he is. You can imagine the amount of surveillance that should have been put around me, and subsequently any support or help from me could have easily been tracked. So again, I suspect that is likely possible.
But generally, how are you feeling about this news? Is this news that makes you happy to know that the Zambian government have confirmed that they know where he is and he is safe?
I have a lot of mixed feelings, if you ask me, Chumweka. Namely that, yeah, it brings a sense of relief that is okay, but I now worry about the mistreatment that he'll be subjected to, because we are dealing with the people that put a 2 million bounty. How many people have disappeared? Tayari is out, KZ is out. Nobody has had a bounty on their head to a tune of 2 million. We're talking about a police service that is struggling with finances. So to put a 2 million bounty tells you just how much they want this individual. And you can see the amount of persecution he's going to go through. That is, if he's found, as the case is being stated. So I have a lot of mixed feelings.
Now, Honourable, let's take it back to Parliament. I think everybody knows that Speaker of the National Assembly, Nelly Muti, did put to a vote a situation where his seat could be vacant, or rather given 7 days ultimatum, as we have seen now. What do you make of this? Because I believe that you could have been among the 62 individuals that voted for maybe the seat to be announced vacant maybe in the next 7 days, that if he doesn't make himself available to Parliament.
Well, to start with, the procedure adopted by the Speaker yesterday was highly irregular. Okay? Now, you do know that Parliament regulates its conduct through standing orders. Okay, so anything that the Speaker can do must be guided by standing orders. If you peruse through standing orders today, you will find that there is a punishment that is prescribed of what Parliament can make on an absent member of Parliament, because here we are talking about JJ being absent. And so if you peruse through Standing Order 223, it talks about the failure to attend by way of suspension for 7 days. It can be 14 or it can be 30. Now, as to whether Parliament can declare that seat vacant, the standing orders do not give powers, let alone the Constitution does not give, the laws of this country does not give powers to Parliament to declare a seat vacant. And this pronouncement has been clearly stated in the case of the 9 members of Parliament whose seats were declared vacant by Deputy Speaker Moyo. I think that you all do know that when the court pronounces itself in terms of a judgment, it becomes a new law. So as far as we are concerned, we know that by the latest ruling of the court in regards to the 9 members of Parliament, the Speaker cannot declare a seat vacant. And it brings into question the morality around such decisions that are being made by the Speaker. Because as we speak today, because of that irregular decision, Parliament has got to pay 100 million kwacha towards legal fees to those 9 members of Parliament. Today, again, Parliament wants to make the same mistakes of pronouncing a seat vacant. So it's a circus, if you ask me.
Well, Mr. Mpundu, thank you so much for speaking with us this afternoon, and we'll continue to engage you on any further updates that do arise.
Anytime, Chimeka. Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be joined by the Ghana Member of Parliament, Binwell Mpundu, Independent Member of Parliament, just as Emmanuel J. Banda is, and him representing Petauke Central constituency. And unfortunately, for the last over 3 months, he has not been able to be in the National Assembly and be able to speak on behalf of his constituents. But we'll continue giving you updates on Diamond TV. Do stay tuned for more information and more updates also coming up on the other side of the Real-Time Newsroom as we follow up on more stories with our reporters. We'll be right back.
Alright, that's all for you today, lovely viewers. If you did enjoy the video, please don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the video you just watched in the comment section below. I'll be super glad to hear from you, lovely viewers. Once again, I go by the name of Mutati Mpundu. I love you, peace, I gotta go.